17 simple tips and tricks that you must know in Pokemon Go.
Oh faces, welcome to the channel. Now, whether you're a seasoned player or you're brand new to Pokemon Go, you're going to want to utilize these tips and tricks that I'm about to show you in the game. Starting with number one. Okay, with number one, dudes, what you're going to need to do is get your phone and you're going to fly up into your Pokemon, okay? Click on the search bar and then click See More in the top right hand corner. Here in See More, you will see you have recent searches and you have favorite searches. And what we want to do is we want to be able to add things to favorite searches. So for example, over there on the right on my phone, you can see it says Azu. I'm going to hold that down and it's added now to my favorite searches, which means no matter what happens, this will always be there. If I want to get rid of it, I can hold it again and I can press remove. Now the things that you want in your favorite searches are the two first ones that I have there. You want the 4-star, so you know how many hundos that you have. You can see I have 53, and you want this big long thing that you should definitely take down so you know how many nundos you have. Once you've added this into your Pokemon search, you'll see it'll come up in recent here. Simply hold on it and it'll go straight in there. This is incredibly useful. Tip number 2, when you are clearing out your recently caught Pokemon, you don't need to go one by one. There's actually a very easy thing to do. Type in age 0. Once age 0 is typed in, you will see all the Pokemon that you've caught in the last 24 hours. If you hold on the first one and then up in the top right, click select all, you'll be able to get rid of all of these Pokemon that you've just caught. However, before you remove any of these Pokemon, be sure to click on see all, and with the things that we mentioned in tip 1, see if your hundos or your nundos, the number has changed. So for example, mine's 53 and 3. If I saw that I had 54, I'd know I'd have a new hundo. I'd click on it and then I'd be like, oh, there's a new one. Put a star there. I'm super happy. I'm jumping up and down. This is amazing. Tip number 3, dudes, when you're out and about and you're looking for KECLEON, you don't need to walk very far and keep looking around and trying to search for him. What you can actually do is you can just sit in one spot and you can manipulate the map so that you can zoom it down and you can start clicking on the Pokestops around you and out in further areas. You can even go like way out. And once you find a KECLEON, maybe it's really far away, at least you know you can walk in that direction towards it, catch it, and you've saved a lot of time instead of just aimlessly walking around the city going like, I don't know where it is. So if you have time, have a coffee, sit down and go, oh, I need a KECLEON, especially during events where it's spawning more frequently in the wild. Okay, so next thing up, and dudes, this is actually a really useful tip, tip 4, and maybe you know it already so you can skip by, but it never hurts to learn. When I started playing Pokemon Go, it was EV Com Day, and back then in 2021, Com Days lasted for 6 hours. Yeah, that's right, it was absolutely epic. However, I didn't catch as many shinies as I could have caught because I had not been able to do or learn this trick. I'd heard about it, but I didn't know. And it's called the fast quick catch, or maybe it goes by a different name, but that's what I call it, right? The quick catch. And it's very easy. All you have to do is find a Pokemon in the game. Once you open up that screen, you click on the Pokeball that's over to the right or the berry that's over to the left. Now, personally, as I use my right hand to throw the Pokeball, I use my left hand for the quick catch. So using my left thumb, I'll click on the Pokeball and I'll slide it over towards the berry. Then I will proceed to catch the Pokemon. Once the Pokeball hits the Pokemon, I'll let go of the screen completely, obviously not dropping my phone, and up in the top left, I'll just click the little runaway button and I can do that as quickly as I want, as fast as I want in order to catch Pokemon. This does not guarantee that you catch Pokemon, so what I would recommend here is that you have your Pokemon open on recent so that you can go in, quickly check if you caught the Pokemon. Alternatively, you can also click on the Pokemon again and see if it's still there. If it's not still there, that doesn't mean that you've caught it. It could have ran away. So you might have to go into recent searches just to see if it's there. And if it's there, all well and good. And if not, it's okay. Obviously, wouldn't be doing this on shiny Pokemon or Pokemon that you know are hundos. Opening gifts is something that's really boring, but something that you have to do in order to get a lot of XP. And during certain events, you can get even more XP. So normally where something is like 100,000 for a great friend, it might be 150,000. All of this obviously with a lucky egg put. But there is a little trick that you can do in order to make it that little bit faster. So what you can do is you go to any friend, and when you see that the regalo, as it's called in Spanish, the present The gift is up there. You click on it and then start spamming just below the gift so that you don't see the animation. Same thing when sending one, send the gift, and as the animation is going, just spam where normally that X button would be, and it should stop the animation and you can go a lot quicker. Then you don't need to come out of the friend. You can simply swipe left or right, and this should speed up the process of doing gifts. Now, all in all, I think you probably save, if you have to open 40 presents and send 40 gifts, you're talking 15 minutes is saved by not watching it. So it's a lot of time, and also you're getting closer to good XP, which you need to get to level 50. So it's all part of the plan. All right, tip 6, and one that I use quite a lot as a YouTube creator, especially with Pokemon Go, is Pokemon Go Hub. So type Pokemon Go Hub into Google and then click on the first one there that is database. Then you might be going, why am I going here? Okay, so if there's a hatch day, if there's a community day, if there's something you need to know, obviously you can go to your favorite YouTuber ever, but you can also do it yourself where you go here to the database and you type in, for example, Growlithe. As of recording this, it's spawning in the wild, and once Growlithe comes up, as you can see, you got Shadow Growlithe, you got regular Growlithe. You'll just click on Growlithe, and once you go there, you can see absolutely everything that you need to know about Growlithe. It's a fire type, what number it is in the Pokedex, but the most important thing is the Hundo CP, which is what you're looking for. So you'll scroll down, nice and easy, weaknesses, resistances, absolutely everything here on Pokemon Go Hub database. But I think the thing that we're most interested in as Pokemon Go players is, if it's in research, what is the Hundo? And right here you can see max CP overall in the wild, 15, 15, 15 is 1405. Research, you can see they show the Nundo was a 495, and up to the top, going from left to right, you've got a 533, which is its Hundo out of eggs. You can see it's 710, raids 710 as well, and raids with weather boosted 888. An incredibly useful tool, and one that every Pokemon Go player should use every single day of their lives. Number 7, and this tip might not be for everyone, but it's still quite useful to know because recently they did change the route. So to see if you are eligible to make a route, what you can do is you can go to your avatar here, and you'll see my avatar looking pretty cool with that brand new shiny, and just scroll down until you see where it says create route. Now, if you don't have it, it won't see create route, but this is where you would go to create a route. And again, I think they've dropped the level down to maybe 40. I'm not too sure. So this is incredibly useful. Again, once you go in, you create a route nearby, and then you send it off. Now, it is said that it can take a long time for Niantic to get back and verify a route, but still, it's nice to be able to check and to see if you are eligible in your local area to create a route, because maybe you live in an area where there are no routes and you hadn't known that you were the one person that was actually able to create a route and could save the whole Pokemon Go community in your area. All right, tip number 8, and this was absolutely huge for me when I started playing Pokemon Go, and a lot of people don't know about it, because when I started playing Pokemon Go, it was during the pandemic, and I was in a rural area, and I had nobody to raid with. Now, and this was back when there was no raid cap, but I found this amazing app called Pokeraid, and it's very, very simple to use. All you have to do is go and find a raid near you. Once you found that raid, you screenshot a picture. Once you've screenshot a picture, you can go in and you can start your own raid and have people actually come to the raid that you're in. Alternatively, you can go and search, see what raids are about, and once you have one you like, you go in. Okay, this is asking me to watch something now, but it doesn't matter, remind me later. I go in, I join this raid room, and once I've joined this raid room, I'm not signed up here, I will copy their friend code and then add that friend code to my account. Once I've done that, they will send me a raid. You can talk to them in Pokeraid and be like, thank you very much for sending me a raid. I got the shiny and the Shundo, and it's amazing. All right, dudes, number 9, and this trick is just, it saves so much time. So when you have a buddy and you want to go and change it, some people click on their buddy like this, and then you can go down and you press swap buddy, and all of this can be quite useful if you want to add a brand new Pokemon. It takes a lot of time and you have to watch an animation. Alternatively, a much quicker way is to simply click there where you see below my level 44 buddy history, and if I click on any one of these buddies right now, so imagine I click Larvesta, I can go down here, I can click on swap buddy, and without any animation or anything, it's just done. Boom, Larvesta's there, it's easy to go. So you can tag all of the Pokemon that you want to be your buddy. For example, I've done it here, I have called it for some reason BFV. BFV, and I was just rotating between all of them in that very quick manner while I was giving them poffins to best buddy all of them. I think this is just one of the best tricks that you can utilize. It saves time in a game that can take a long time to do various things. And trick number 10, which goes with number 9, if you have buddy Pokemon or Pokemon that you've buddied before and you're like, oh my god, I have a few Pokemon that I've definitely buddied before, that were definitely friendly with me before, and I definitely got some hearts with them, and I've now forgotten which ones they are, not to worry, I've got your back. All you gotta do is come up here to the search bar and type in buddy. And once you have buddy in, you can type in, imagine 5. So 5 means 5 hearts, and you can see that I have all of these done. But if I type in 4, you'll see that I don't have any. 3, I don't have 2. I've got these guys here ready to go, so I know that these are Pokemon that have at least 2 hearts, all of these. So what I can do then is I can open up a tags over here, maybe call it buddies or the BFV, add them there, and then I can go in, research for them, and know that they have 2 hearts, and it's just easier to get a 4-hearted buddy because you already have the 2 hearts. One of the biggest tips that I can give you, and all honesty, this is absolutely amazing, and a lot of people forget that they have this trick here ready to utilize, and that is your shadow Pokemon, bro. What? Yes, your shadow Pokemon hold the secret to being some of your best assets. Go through your shadow Pokemon, every single one, and look for some of them with at least a minimum of 12. Because if you purify one of these Pokemon, it is a guaranteed hundo. And that also means, dude, that it could be useful in PvP if you evolve it to its final stage, depending on what league it is suitable for. So I recommend that you go through your shadows before you transfer them, because this is big, dude. You could be having some serious hundos in your Pokemon inventory and not even know. Okay, so the next tip is the raid trick. Now, this only works on Android phones, because on an Android phone you can actually turn on and off your GPS. But if there's a gym near you, it doesn't work for gyms that are really far away, but we'll say 500 to 600 meters near you, what you want to do is you want to click on the gym, and as soon as you've clicked on the gym, you want to pull down and turn off your GPS. You want to pull up, then you want to enter the gym with your regular raid pass, and once you've entered, you want to turn back on your GPS so that Pokemon Go thinks that you're there. Dudes, you get, like, imagine you're at home, you're sitting down, you're chilling, you're like, oh my god, I want to do a raid, it's a little bit too far away, it's raining outside, but it's just right over there. This trick you can totally utilize. Sadly for iOS users, this is just not possible because the Wi-Fi, or should I say the internet, is integrated into the GPS. So it's just kind of the way it has to be. Sorry, dude, sorry. I know the feeling. Get an Android, dude. What are you doing with your life? Okay, something really important that you should do every single day is your 100 trades. Now, I know it's not always possible. We don't have people to do it with. We don't go out catching with our alt accounts, but when you do it, it is another way of getting a hundo. And you can also check to see what number the hundo is going to be. So if you look at this image here, you'll see that we have a CP 244 to 296 on the timber furthest away. That 296 there on the right is the hundo CP that you will be looking for once the transfer is made. And for your friend down the bottom, it will be that 563. So you can actually see the hundo IVs before each transfer, so that when you open it up, you're like, oh my god, I got the hundo, yes! Super cool celebration. I personally prefer not to even look at it, because then when I open it up, if I do get a hundo, which has never happened, I'll be totally like over the moon. And there's a lot of potential lucky trades as well. So if you're doing a lucky trade with a friend, you can check to see what the hundo IV will be. And it's just, you know, something that I think that you should definitely know. Another tip that's really, really useful is for showcases. So imagine there's a showcase nearby and you click on it and you try to enter your Pokemon and it says move closer to the showcase. There is a way around this, and all you have to do is catch the Pokemon that is in that showcase. So hopefully there's one near you. And once you catch it, you will be eligible to enter that Pokemon into the showcase. Once that one is entered automatically, you can go down, you can switch Pokemon, and you can put in maybe a better one if you have one in your inventory. This is really useful, so you don't have to walk all the way there, and a super cool glitch and tip that I think everybody should utilize if they don't want to have to walk all the way to a showcase that might be really far away. So this is actually a huge trick, and this was pointed out to me in Barcelona by my man Dave. So Dave, if you're watching, fair play. When a new Pokemon comes out, you'll see down in the bottom where it says the nearby, the Pokemon will come up in a sort of black shaded shadow thing. Okay, and you're like, this Pokemon is there, and they're normally miles away. A cool trick you can utilize if you have 2 phones and 2 accounts is with one phone, you never catch this Pokemon, because what happens is when you catch it with your actual account, these Pokemon tend to, you know, not appear on the wild in places where they're near, and you have no idea where they are, whereas they're still on the account of the person who hasn't caught them because it's in your interest to catch them. So you can then walk around with the alt account, finding these Pokemon more easily and hopefully getting the brand new shiny or the brand new costume Pokemon or whatever that Pokemon may be at the time of whatever event it is. It's just a really useful, cool, awesome tip that Dave came up with. Dave, peace and love, bro. You absolute legend, and I've tried it out and it's actually awesome. It's a really, really cool idea. Another small tip that I think is quite useful to know is the blue halo. So this works with gifts and Pokemon. If you've caught a Pokemon anywhere within the last 24 hours, there will be a slight, ever so slight blue halo around the Pokemon to tell you that this Pokemon has been caught within the last 24 hours. You can also put in age 0 to check which Pokemon that you've caught in the last 24 hours. You can go age 1, age 2, age 3. I don't know how far up it goes, but each number representing either today with 0, 1 yesterday, 2 the day before yesterday, so on and so forth. And with your gifts, you can also see what gifts you have opened and what gifts you haven't opened. With the blue halo behind the avatar of the friend you have and the gift that you opened from them. So just a small little thing, but quite useful to know, because sometimes people see this blue thing and they're like, what is this? Where did this come from? What does it mean? That's exactly what it means, bro. Well, dudes, that's everything for the quick little tips and tricks video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do smash that sub, hit that like. We are trying to hit 10,000 subscribers, so your sub is much appreciated. And I'll talk to you soon. Faces, peace and love. Peace.